There you are. We are at the Indian Echo Del Caverns or something like that. I'll get the name correct in the title of the video. But it has a very long name. And we're gonna go explore some caves.
And maybe pet some animals.
Yeah, there's a petting zoo
Back that
right
way.
behind us. We'll show a little bit of that later. Look at all those gems. Those are some nice gems. I think he found all those gems. Those are probably his gems.
So these are all the things that you can find in this area. And if you find a gem, you can have it made into a necklace.
Oh, that's cool.
That is pretty cool.
And over there they do like what is it? Gem panning?
Yeah, that's this.
Whatever it's called. I don't think it's open now because it's the off season, but
I'm sure you can buy gemstones inside though.
oh yeah, I'm sure. Might be something we'll come back during the busy season to check out. If you're in the pressed pennies, you can get one of those here. Only 51 cents. Man, found more of the gems inside.
Oh, heck yeah.
If you ever wanted a donut bath bomb, this is where you go to get them. It's a little disappointing here. They have knives, pocket knives with names engraved on them. They have Timothy, but they are sold out of tin. Don't know how much it is though. That's kind of cool. Oh, they're $30.
At the end of the tour, we're going to have to make our way right
Back up.
It's gonna be your favorite part.
Yeah, the back down is always easier than up. So
That is true. You got gravity helping you on the way down.
I don't know. I have a tendency of falling, so.
yeah. So don't fall.
Now, when you're tired here, now you'll also notice there's 3 tan blocks above the entrance there. It has 3 letters on it: I, E, and C. You guys know what those letters stand for?
Wow. I couldn't imagine.
Oh. No.
Oh, did you say that seriously?
Yeah.
Indian Echo Caverns.
Yeah. Right where we are.
You're
Now, some people
Yep.
like to guess though that those 3 letters actually spell ice. That is only if you spell it wrong though.
That's how I spell ice.
Hey, some of us have dyslexia, okay?
I will say this though, I did have a gentleman around 2 years ago suggest it could also stand for "it's extremely cold."
I guess if you're...
I think the guy was from Florida though, since 52 isn't that cold.
Nah, I agree with them.
Yeah, but you also want to move to Florida, so
Yeah.
it makes sense for you. 52 degrees is perfect room temperature for me.
That's chilly
Yeah.
for room temperature.
Our apartment's at 68 and she complains that it's cold all the time, so.
I only get cold sometimes.
I'll get into it in just a bit.
Oh, okay.
Right? You guys can just head right into. Now that's brought in as even sports on our clothing, and as we go throughout the caverns, there'll be deposits. And it's either going to be people leaving messages for us future visitors, or themselves leave their names behind, such as E. Smith, right over here.
I love that.
Now, as we go. Alright, so this is the largest room inside the caverns. This is our Indian ballroom. Now, it is 49 feet tall from floor to ceiling, and about 110 feet long from wall to wall. Now, this room was formed by 2 rivers come together. Our first river came from the eastern canyon right over here. The second river came from our northern canyon, which is on the other side of the river, back up there. Now, as those 2 rivers come together in this room, they actually end up forming a whirlpool. You can actually see that by looking up. Art Ear of Cord. Mainly because it looks like one.
Yeah, it kind
Now,
of does.
you can also say it kind of looks like a pickle, back of an alligator, cactus even, or if you guys have seen The Simpsons, Marge Simpson's hair. Now, our cavern tour. However, if you guys have seen Star Wars, you might look a bit more like Jabba the Hutt. You can also say it kind of looks like a squirrel, a snail, or even a worm with a backpack.
I like Jabba though.
I do too, but all of them are correct too. So.
Yeah. Look at these beautiful wall sconces. Interior design 10 out of 10.
And they're made out of clay found in the caverns. So.
Oh, that's pretty cool actually.
Yeah. Alright, so this is the first room of the Eastern Canyon, and we call this room our blue room. That's because if you look right above us, you're going to see a whole bunch of that blue limestone which I mentioned earlier before. Now, if you guys also take a look back where we came from, you'll also be able to see our natural bridge. Now, the natural bridge is actually one of the wettest spots in the cavern, so they might have gone dripped up. Raise their sharp claws as well. That is the cave dragon, and he watches over the Eastern Canyon here for the cave dragon. Now, since the cave dragon is supposed to be pointed out, it's one of those things where you call it so no one hits it.
Yeah.
Because no one's hit it yet. So. Yeah. Alright, so this is the final room of the Eastern Canyon, and we call this room our dead end room. Told you names got better. Now, one thing we can do in the dead end room though is actually experience something really, really cool. And that would be complete and total darkness. I'll be turning off the lights here in just a short bit, so just ask you not to scream and move around. I don't need you guys falling over each other like bowling pins.
I can't guarantee I won't scream though.
That's fine. I will ask you though to if you could turn off your camera and all that for maintenance, as well as our sun pump system. Now the sun pump system makes sure we are not scuba diving right now. It's connected to the Northern Canyon, which is the lowest point inside the cavern, but who cares? Chocolate is still chocolate.
That's cute.
Now I do have one final thing to point out here. It's actually going to be all the way up here. Central Park right over here. And of course we need something to compare to, which would be North Jersey. I think enough said that.
Duck.
It is actually Northern Canyon, and we call this room our rainbow room. And that's because you can see all the natural colors of the cavern in this room, as well as our 3 unnatural colors. However, I don't want to put those up because again, so I'll just skip over them. So first, we're going to start right back up here with this sort of white color on the left. That is calcium carbonate. Now usually there's a little bit of sparkles on there, and those are actually calcite crystals. So if you do see any of those around, that's what they are. Now a little bit in front of that is going to be this reddish orange color here, which is iron oxide, or in other words, rust. And finally, on the opposite wall, we have this sort of brown color here. It is actually a mixture of the clay and lead found in the cavern. Now a little bit across from this, we also have our HR department. Now they have so much work they don't see the light of day.
They're back in there.
Yeah, that's their office. Last I heard from them was probably over 2 weeks ago, so. Actually up entering Northern Canyon here. Now the way that gone to this in particular though was not the way we came in, since I did not exist back then. The way they entered was actually from all the way up here. And this goes right back down to the ballroom as well. Now, as the boys came to the room, they started looking around. They actually found a small little wooden box located right up here where this light is. Inside that wooden box is actually small from a gemstones that I know particular value, as well as 17 ancient coins. Also, fish. Fish! Canadian side of America place. Our wedding chapel. That's because around 5 to 6 weddings actually happen down here per year. And I'm pretty sure anyone who got married all the way back here really wants to be married underneath their cars, since we're currently directly underneath the parking lot right now. Now, of course, every chapel needs its very own organ. Ours is right back up here. We also call this the Iron Cascades. It's done with the iron waterfall as well. Now, of course, every wedding also needs its very own wedding cake. Our cavern has a 16.5 layered wedding cake. Starts right on next to me down here, a little bit below as well, and makes its way all the way up to right around here. Now, since we do have such a large cake, we also need a good big knife to cut it. That's right back up here. And then finally, to complete our wedding, we need the bride's dress. Our bride's dress starts right down here, and makes its way up to all the way right around here. Very sparkly. Which we call wedding weight. Now it gets to be around 8 feet deep at its deepest point, and all the water down here in the caverns is at 46 degrees temperature-wise. So if you're thinking about taking a swim, please think again because it is almost freezing cold. And that is the actual water level, that is not a plain glass over top.
Is this stagnant water or does it flow at all?
It does flow. The way it's actually filled is from the water flowing off the flow stone, that's why it's very still. So over here on the right hand side is actually going to be the third and final lake of the cavern tour, which we call Mirror Lake. That's merely because when the water isn't as drippy as it is today, it is actually very still, and you'll get a perfect reflection of the formation behind on the water. Now, funny thing about Mirror Lake here though, is that at its deepest point, it is only 6 inches deep. So it's more of a puddle than a lake, but Mirror Puddle, Mirror Lake, I like Mirror Lake a lot better.
I'm going to take a guess and say that this is called the living room.
Not quite. This is our Wilson room, and it's the final room of the tour. Now, the reason why it's called the Wilson room is actually because a man named William Amos Wilson actually lived in this room for 19 years. He lived here from 1802 to 1821. Now, while living here, Mr. Wilson actually went by a second name, that being the Pennsylvania Hermit, and he also made friends with a local farmer only about a mile away. Now, for that farmer, he did odd jobs in terms of food and clothing, and he also fished out to Prepare Creek and foraged the local area for plant-rich berries and other edibles. Now, while living here, Mr. Wilson did not sleep on the cavern floor, and actually slept right up here on this rock ledge. Now, the way he got up and down was actually by tying a rope ladder to this ladder right up here, climbing up and down right here.
So they might not have my name on that pocket knife, but they got a purple butterfly knife, and I'm really liking that. Do you have 50 cents?
No.
I want to ride the train. Look at this choo-choo bus. If I had 50 cents, I'd be riding that.
Was that a sneeze?
I'm not sure.
I don't know if I've ever seen a white peacock before.
Oh, is that? I didn't realize that was a white peacock.
Yeah, that's a peacock.
Oh. Where's the grumpy turkey?
I think she said he was over there.
I don't think he likes the camera. chase the chicken. On the way in, or out in our case, there's some ice cream and a place to go mini golfing. I'm not sure if any of that's open. Well,
They have an indoor
yeah,
batting cage and
yeah,
an
they have-
arcade.
Oh, that might be another video later on. We're gonna have to come back here to check some of this stuff out. We're back from the Caverns. It was really cool. Kind of scary when they turned off all the lights. I had to turn off my camera so there wasn't any lights from that, so that's why that's not recorded, but it would have just been black anyway, so just close your eyes and you'll figure it out.
That's kind of spooky.
Yeah. And I was just waiting for somebody to like jump out behind us.
And the guy points his flash, like after he turned the lights on, he pointed his flashlight up into the one corner and he goes, "Sorry, I thought I saw something move." And I was like, ah! Like, we talked about it on the way home, and I cannot remember the name of the movie, but it was like a spelunking movie. And a group of friends went into a cave system and got lost.
Oh no, I don't watch horror movies.
And there were like a different breed of people down there that like didn't have any eyes.
The Falmer?
Yeah. Yeah.
12 years later and we're still playing Skyrim.
Well, you are. I have moved on to bigger and better things.
Yeah. Nothing's better than Skyrim.
Baldur's Gate gives Skyrim a run for its money.
No.
Yeah. You just don't like it because it's not live action.
Yeah.
It's a turn-based game. And you don't have the patience for that. Anyway, back to the caves.
It's about $25 per person.
Yeah, it
Very,
wasn't
very
bad.
well worth it. We were the only 2 people in the tour group. So definitely a great experience.
Yeah, for sure.
Go back. They do stuff throughout the year, so like they're gonna have a fall fest and stuff. So we're gonna go back for that. We'll probably go back sometime during the summer and check that out. Well, I'll keep an eye on the website and for any events going on over there, and we'll try and check them out.
But this is, the caves is definitely a worthwhile thing to do in the winter.
Yeah.
If you visit Hershey, it's something that you can do all year round.
Yeah.
I mean, unless...
And they have a petting zoo.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. And petting zoo's free. It's like 50 cents to feed them now.
It's
So-
50 cents for...
bring some quarters for a thing of kibble.
Yeah, it's
One of those coin turn machines.
like a to-go container, essentially. Like a sauce container that you would get at a restaurant. That's about how much it is.
Yeah.
They had 2 llamas, a turkey, a whole bunch of goats, a male and a female peacock.
Really?
I think. And a chicken with the feathers on his head.
It was really cool. We'll be going back.
Yes.
Maybe I'll ride in the little train thing.
If you can fit in there.
I'll fit. If it fits, it ships. And speaking of,
If I fits, I sits.
yeah, he literally just sat down on me.
He was angry, we left.
Yeah. That's going to be the end of the video, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.